We're in.
Yes.
Thursday Thunder.
Again.
Last Thursday in March.
Yes, it's already quarter of the year through already.
That's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's crazy.
Just rambling how bad it is so far.
It's nuts.
Okay.
I swear it was like Christmas last week.
It was.
Yes.
It really was.
What's happening?
Well, you know how I said I squatted yesterday?
Yes.
Woke up this morning and my bicep, like my outer head of my bicep is unbelievably cramped, so I couldn't even straighten my arm the whole way. So it's
you said you had to stop squats because your forearm cramped.
Yeah, you know, I was curling the bar around, and about the 6th rep in, I felt my arms start going cramping around, and it just felt like, okay, if I did one more rep, I'm gonna hold it, either my bicep is gonna snap or my forearm's gonna give way.
But you got 170
by 9.
170 for 9.
Yes.
Very good. That's not bad. Well, let's go into this training thing advice.
Okay.
While we're talking about training. You tagged me in a video. It's only a very short video by Ed Cohen. Who's Ed Cohen?
One of the best powerlifters to ever exist.
Yeah, really. One of the strongest men in the world in powerlifting, Ed. He broke just about every record that was going at the time.
He still holds a few records, actually,
I think he still does, yeah. He put up, and it was a very short video, and it was at the end of a seminar, and someone was asking him, what do you think these people came away with from this seminar?
Yep.
And he basically just mentioned about, he just said, take your time.
Take your time, work on techniques, something you can do for your entire life instead of going into the gym.
And it was really, and in the end he just added, you know, don't try to pull a 1 rep PB every workout. And yeah, look, I totally agree.
Yeah, it was a great, it was only like, what, a minute and 30 seconds?
That's right. But yeah, it is really good. And we see that here, even at our gym, and I see that all the time, you know, on Facebook, you know. You should not go into the gym when you train and pull a 1 rep PB every workout, or try to.
Because you end up, it's going to mentally drain you, because it's like, I pulled this last week, why can't I pull it heavy this week? Right. Work on your form, your technique, hone that before you were saying you train in cycles. And
build the strength. I think you need to build the strength for that 1 rep. Yeah,
exactly.
So I train in 4-week cycles pretty well, my program, so 4 weeks, and in that 4th week always you'll be hitting not necessarily singles, but you'll be at that, close to that maximum rep range. And it's not always, even then I'm not always pulling the single or squatting the single or whatever. It still might only be 2 or 3, but 3 reps or 4 reps at that particular weight can equate to a single rep PB. Exactly right.
Sure can.
So I tell that to guys here all the time, you know, especially when they deadlift. If you're deadlifting once a week or something, well, you shouldn't be trying or building up to your 1 rep max on those every workout, because I don't think you're going to get anywhere. You're right.
No.
You're going to just slowly fail. Your head's going to mess around, and each workout is going to become more and more miserable because you haven't reached that 1 rep max for ages.
Yeah, no one wants to be miserable when they train.
But hit those training cycles, build for strength, and try a 1 rep. Yeah, at least 4 weeks, I think, is the closest.
Get that added.
It's the same with, if you have a look at most powerlifters, and just about every powerlifter I know, very rarely do they pull a max in their gym training. They leave their maxes for competition day. Yeah,
and they usually do get it.
That's right. And there's a few powerlifters I follow, and they'll post that they've got a gym PB and a competition PB, which are 2 totally different things. Yeah,
cool. It's a great tangent into the next one, right?
Yes. That was my last topic, but since we went into the segue from your starting with your training. All right, there's still fallout from the Arnold Classic.
There is.
Which is quite entertaining. Look, the same old fallout is still happening. You know, the amateur show, really, from what you hear now, it really was terribly run.
It was.
And I'll be the first to say here, there's no discredit to Tony Doherty and what he does with the Arnold Classic, because Tony doesn't actually run that part of the show. That's run by the IFBB, and it was run by IFBB Europe or something, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But it was just horrible. They ran out of time. They ended up doing no comparisons in the end with the big classes. Hardly any comparisons, no quarter turns, nothing. It was just, just a debacle. But we didn't mention last week, we mentioned all the guys who won, but we've got to mention huge congratulations to Asha Coulthard from Adelaide, who won her bikini. I think she was in bikini short. I'm pretty sure it was in bikini short. She won her division again. I mean, she's won the Oceania, she's won the Australasia, she's won the Arnold.
She's won a lot.
She's won a lot. She's won a lot. She then went on to the overall against the other bikini division winners, and she didn't win. Now, there was a lot of controversy on Facebook about what does Asha have to do to win, or she needs to, get better. But credit to Asha, and I watched that overall judging, and to me she stuck out like a sore thumb. Like out of all the girls, and again, no discredit to all the other girls, Asha stood out as a bikini pro,
yeah, she
didn't win.
Yeah, you were saying before.
The IFBB in Australia has a really funny policy when it comes to the bikini pros and even the men's physique pros, is that, well, their policy really is that, well, if you look too much like a pro, you're not going to win your pro card.
I'm still getting my head around that.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, they have actually said that to other competitors who have said that I've been told to downsize in muscle for men's physique, because I'm too big for men's physique. But then if you compare this guy to Jeremy Buenda or any of these Olympia physique guys, they're nowhere near.
No, they've got at least another 10, 15 kilos.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that's the case with Asha, because she's done everything. She's coming harder, she's coming smaller, she's coming softer, and she always looks like a pro.
Yeah. So essentially, she's too good to become a pro.
She's too good in the amateurs, so they overlook her and don't give her a pro card. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, okay. I'm only laying awake at night tonight.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So, anyway, congratulations, Asha.
Did very well.
Yeah, keep plugging away, because eventually they're going to have to.
Eventually.
Yeah.
You might receive it in the mail, you never know.
That's right. I just want to talk about, we talked about Ed Cohen, the powerlifter. There was a powerlifting competition on the weekend here in Adelaide. PTC Adelaide ran a novice powerlifting comp. And how popular has powerlifting become?
It has really shot up in the last few years. I think people more care about, I want to move.
I mean, this was just a little novice introductory powerlifting comp, and man, they had a lot of competitors.
Yeah.
They had a live Facebook stream, which I was watching for a while. Well done to ICN competitor Ricky McCauley. Did very well in that. But yeah, no, it's just it's very popular. It's very popular with the girls. I think powerlifting is good because you don't really have to diet.
No, you just eat what you want and lift heavy things.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you're in obviously a sanctioned competition for national records or whatever, you might need to get to a weight class.
Yeah.
But it's not dieting such as bodybuilding extreme dieting. So I think that's one of the reasons why it's so popular.
Yeah.
But, no.
The main reason I come to the gym is so I can eat more. So essentially, it balances out fine.
Yeah.
Health, no, you want to eat more food.
But yeah, no, it's well done to all the powerlifting groups. So just keep an eye on in Adelaide. You've got PTC Adelaide, you've got Fuzzy's Power Gym. They're pretty well who run the comps. Go check it out, and they have lots of novice shows, for people who've never lifted before. There's just deadlift comps, there's 3 lift meets, there's bench comps, everything. So if you want to maybe try some of the strongman stuff, powerlifting, check out PTC Adelaide and Fuzzy's Power Gym. Pretty well the ones who run all the main of the comps. Let's just talk about the ICN. We're looking at just over 3 weeks now.
Yeah, 3 weeks out.
Entries are starting to come in, and I urge all competitors now, get your entries in. Entries will close on the 17th of April, which is a week before the contest. So pretty well, please get your entries in as soon as possible, because as soon as you put them in, I'm going to start next week. Lots of emails are going to start going out just to the competitors.
Yeah.
So if you've entered, you're going to be missing out on all these information that's starting to come out. Don't forget, we've got our posing division still running. So if you want to do a 60-second free posing round, it's got nothing to do with your divisions. It's just a more of an entertainment type round. We will award the best male and female poser. It's only open to the first 10 men and 10 women who register. The women is just about full. I think there's 2 spots left.
Yeah.
Guys, we still got a few spots for the guys. So if you want this extra personal time on stage, really, it's just a 60-second routine. Put a little bit of an entertainment factor into it, and have some fun. Details on how to enter that round is on the ICN Facebook page. So go check it out. It's free. So, and it doesn't count to any of your other divisions.
It's just for fun.
It's just for fun, yeah. Yeah, I still like the free posing round, so I think it's a good thing to. I've kept it in. So yeah, 20 people can get that opportunity. Crowd loves it anyway. It's entertaining. Arnold, Brazil. That's the next pro comps, apparently. I just want to touch on this because I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they were saying there's only 8 competitors.
Big show. It's going to be one of those.
And this is going back on what we talked about a few weeks ago. Like, what's happening with all the Arnold Classics that there's not many competitors in?
No, it's become diluted again.
It has become.
Didn't they say that?
I think the whole pro circuit is diluted because there is a lot of pro shows on. You know, and there's one about every 2 or 3 weeks. So the competitors are picking and choosing. They're choosing the shows that they're going to qualify, try to get Olympia qualification or easy points. But yeah, only 8 competitors. You know, and that was only Australia had 7, I think. Yeah. So
it wasn't a large line.
Yeah, no, it's not. So I couldn't find a list of the competitors. I just did a big search now, even on the Arnold Brazil site there, I could not find anything. Didn't help that it was in Spanish. Portuguese, sorry. Yeah, and then when I hit the translate button, the whole thing crashed. So I gave up. I'll try and find out for next week what that actual competitor list is. Diets. We get lots of questions, and I see it all the time. Adam Dowling put up a really good video yesterday about diets, what diets follow. You had keto diet, you hear what macro diets, you know, low carb diets. It's everyone is on all sorts of things, and everyone carries on that this diet is the most incredible thing. I mean, Adam really summed it down to one thing, really, that if you're not in a calorie deficit to start off with, doesn't matter what your diet is, it's not going to work. And if you're not going to portion control and follow that diet, it's not going to work. It's very simple diet. Look, I had an argument with a discussion with a guy in the shop once, and he was talking about, because I was mentioning that to him, that you need to be in a calorie deficit. He goes, oh bullshit, no you don't, rah rah rah. You know, I went on to a low carb diet, and I lost heaps of weight. And I asked him, what did you do? And he goes, well, I took carbohydrates out of my diet. And I'm there, right? So you took calories out of your diet? Well, he put himself into a calorie deficit. He reduced his calories by taking out those carbohydrates.
Yeah.
You know? So, in the end, if you aren't in a calorie deficit, as far as I'm concerned, you're going to have, well, I'm going to say 0 to minimal weight loss. You know, to start off.
It's as basic simple as calories in versus calories out.
It's calories in and calories out. Look, macros and timing of macros can make a difference as well, but I think first you have to put yourself into that calorie deficit.
Very much.
Yeah, so work out what you're eating, 3,500 calories a day. All right, I'm going to take out 100 calories a day. Starting off, that's 700 calories a week that are coming out. You know, weight doesn't come off, take out another 100 calories until you see a drop in weight happening, and you've put yourself into calorie deficit.
And then monitor that.
Then monitor that weekly, either by pinches or some form. Measurements. You know, scales alone aren't going to determine. Scales is going to determine you're losing weight. You want to know where it's coming off. So pinches most probably would be the best way, or even a tape measure will show that if that fat is coming off that waist area. If your measurements are going down, fat's coming off. Yeah, I mean, look, it really is as simple as that, and I keep telling people all the time, that it's losing weight is simple. You just have to make a change.
Yeah,
you know,
it doesn't take. Just say you're eating 3 times a day, portion control that.
Yeah,
cut a little bit out, like a handful.
Exactly right.
And go from there. If
exactly right.
Monitoring, just take a handful out of
exactly food. Exactly right. But you then have to stay on that exactly, so that you can either, whoa, I lost a whole heap of weight, boom, add some more food in. Yeah, until you're just losing a little bit, you know. Ideal weight loss, I think, is 500 grams to a maximum of 1 kilo if you've got a lot of weight to lose. Once you start getting leaner and leaner, that's going to fall. Yeah. You're not going to be losing a kilo a week all the time. As you get your body fat drop levels, that's going to drop as well, you know.
Yeah. No need to chase your tail. No. Every second. So monitor, see how it goes. Very easy. Yeah. Need a hand, talk to someone.
Get help.
Yeah.
It's exactly right. Get help. Get someone to draw out your plan. You know. But the simple rule is, if you want to change the way you look, the first thing you're going to do is you've got to change the way you eat.
Yeah.
That's it. Because if you're going to keep eating the way you are, you're just going to stay the way you are.
It's not, can't get much simpler than that.
It's like the guy who came into the shop and told me that he eats McDonald's. He eats fast food every day, 7 days a week. Because this was at 10 a.m. and I said, what you have for breakfast? He goes, Macca's. What are you having for lunch? He goes, Hungry Jack's. Dinner, pizza or KFC. Okay. But he wanted to get a protein powder because he wanted to increase his protein.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. That's it. We've covered everything.
Yep.
Don't forget, this Saturday is Super Saturday. So Super Saturday Australian Muscle. All the stores. 15% off everything except in specials. And online as well. All you do is write in the code Super Saturday and you get your discount automatically applied to your order. Online you can order right up until midnight on Sunday and get that Super Saturday discount. But come in and see the guys. 15% off store-wide, starting at 10 a.m, finishing at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
That's great.
That's it. I'm going on a cruise tomorrow.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, not on a cruise.
Don't forget, guys, like, share. If you've got any comments or questions, just comment below or send us a message either on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll address any questions or any concerns you have next week. That's it.
Cool. Okay.
I had Drip Club today, that's why I'm talking like 100 miles an hour. Feel awesome.
That's good. Well, that's a wrap.
Yeah. We'll catch you guys. See ya
See you next
week.
time, guys.
See ya.